Halloween was always scary to me. I loved it. My mother used to let me become whatever scary creature I could dream up. I always seemed to have the best costume at any costume party I attended. People always wanted to know what I was going to dress up as. I always kept a tight lip on things because the element of surprise was always my friend. I loved Halloween. It was one of the happiest times of my life. Not anymore, though. The last year I celebrated Halloween was 14 years ago. The year was 1997. If you want to do the math, I'm 24 now, a grown man, and I still have nightmares of what transpired. It was not a happy time for anyone. Now that I look back, I could say it was the beginning of the end. It all started when I was with my best friend Mark at a campfire story event my park district was holding. Most of the stories were just boring folklore tales that I had heard over and over as I grew up, and our counselor Steve was doing his best to scare us. Towards the end of the evening, he reached deep into his bag of stories and accomplished his goal. I don't know if that last story of the night was appropriate for some of the younger kids that were 6 or 7, but I could handle it. I was 10.
Do you guys want to hear something scary?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, we can do it.
Okay.
It'd be neat.
I'm ready.
When I was a young teen boy, much like yourselves, there was this old, abandoned cemetery just down the street from my house.
Cemetery?
One Halloween night, when I was all alone, I walked through it and came across a dead oak tree near the back fence. Next to that dead oak tree was a tombstone covered with moss, and a poem was written on it. The light from the moon shining through the branches casted shadows that made it hard to read the engraving, but I squinted. I stood and shivered as I read every word out loud that was carved upon it. It was the scariest thing that I had ever read. Since then, I have never been the same. After reading the words carved on that tombstone, they were carved into my brain. I've never been able to forget that scary poem. Never, ever. Do you guys want to hear what was written on it?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Are you all sure you want to hear it? I'll give you a chance to back out now, because it could change you as much as it has changed me. It could scar you for life.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
Anyone else?
Creepy. Yeah, sure. Okay.
It'd be neat. Yeah.
Really creepy.
Stop.
Quiet. Yeah.
One misty cold night, I dreamed a dream. When I burst from my bed, I almost screamed. It was of a machine that could travel in time, travel ahead to see the future sun shine. But when I arrived, it was dark and scary. I arrived in an eerie cemetery, and when I looked at the markings made on the graves, I saw the one where my body was laid. It took me with shock. I burst from my bed. I now know the date when I will be dead. My heart gave out. I died from fright, for the date displayed was that misty, cold night.
Were those words really carved on a gravestone, Counselor Steve?
Steve just smiled and nodded at little Tommy, whose question seemed to feed Steve's desire to scare everyone. Well, everybody shivered except me. I knew it was just a story. No one could have written a poem about their death after they died. Besides, it was Halloween night. I knew Steve had a goal to scare us. Well, it worked on everyone except me. Since the stories were over and the night grew late, some of the younger kids were tired from being up for so long, and I'm sure their parents were waiting for them in the parking lot. I stood up and turned to my best friend Mark, who sat across the fire from me.
You ready? Yeah.
Mark seemed a bit shaken from the whole experience. He kept looking back at Counselor Steve and not getting up from off the ground as all the scared little children huddled around Counselor Steve's legs.
Dude, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was just a story.
Yeah, Steve's just trying to scare us.
I can't believe Steve split us up again.
Yeah, he says we giggle like a couple of girls.
How could he be serious?
Mark was stronger than most of the kids in the neighborhood. We went to school together and he was very good at sports. He could outrun, outdodge, outjump anyone. He had this cool little dodging thing he learned while playing football. Every time you'd think he'd be going one way, he'd twist around on you and end up going the other way on you. Everyone wanted Mark to be on their team if we were doing any game with any physical characteristic to it. Mark was a lot of fun. He was my best friend.
So what do you want to do then?
Wanna go to the cemetery?
Cemetery? Nah. Hey, do you have the key to the bike lock?
Yeah, here. So, you wanna go then?
Where?
The cemetery, duh.
Nah, I'm just gonna go home. I got things to do, and my mom might get worried.
Slow down, Mark. You're shaking. I'll unchain it. There. Come on. It's not so far away.
Look, Dino, my watch says that it's kind of late, and I should really be getting home.
Come on, Mark. It's only 9 o'clock. You've stayed up much later than this before.
Yeah, sometimes.
Hey, it's Friday night. Don't let Steve's stories get to you. They're just stories. Besides, maybe we'll run into Laura and Lisa.
Yeah, all right. Is it my turn to carry the bike chain, or is it yours?
I think it's yours.
All right, let's go. Laura and Lisa await.
This Halloween was a little different. Well, at least it felt different. Something in the air, something I just couldn't put my finger on. The fog on the ground was much thicker than I'd ever seen it. It was a black mist, not a white haze like most fog is. The color of it was amazing, alluring, and haunting at the same time. It almost felt like it was pulling me in. I wanted to get closer to it and touch it. I wanted to crawl beneath it and disappear.
You think they're up here?
Well, it is Halloween, and this is the oldest cemetery in town. Who wouldn't want to be up here?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Hey, who do you think is more prettier, Laura or Lisa?
They're both pretty. Why? Who do you think is prettier?
Lisa was the one I liked. I wasn't sure if Lisa actually liked me, but I wanted to stake my claim before Mark could.
They're both pretty, but I think Lisa likes me.
Lisa? Really? How do you know?
I don't know. The way she talks to me in the hall. She likes me.
So, you never heard her say it or have anyone tell you that she likes you?
No, but I can tell.
How?
I just know.
I think you got a screw loose, Dino. Lisa likes Jim Francis.
No way!
Yeah way, dude. I heard someone say it at school.
Someone like who?
I don't know. Some girls.
Whoa. What's up with that?
Oddly enough, as we arrived, we found the cemetery gates wide open.
Must be someone else in there. I've never seen these gates unlocked this late.
Not unlocked, Dino.
Look.
Someone cut the lock off.
Knock it off, Mark. You're acting like you already saw a ghost.
What do you mean already?
Probably some kids broke it open earlier to play inside. It's Halloween, remember?
I don't know, Dino.
It's not like Mark to be so timid. He's normally pretty gutsy, and we've been in this cemetery dozens of times.
You're not still freaked about Counselor Steve's stories, are you?
No.
Now, knowing that I can always talk Mark into anything as long as I debate it long enough, I decided to take my usual approach.
We don't have to go by any of the graves or anything. We can just stick to the road.
You really think they're in here?
Sure I do.
Okay, last one in is a rotten egg.
Hey, wait up! Hey, wait up, Mark!